Hey, it's Travis, Green Valley Anglers. If you're avoiding current February thinking it's too cold for flow, wrong call. Welcome back to my weekly six-pack of tips, a compilation of my daily 5 minutes to better bass fishing series, tightened up for pure info. And tip 4 here is gold for my bank dudes. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification button so you don't miss any. So let's shotgun these right now and get you armed. Let's jump right into tip number 1. It's early February, water's warming from the January lows and heavy current scatters them. But mild current, that's the gold that activates bait without spooking lazy bass. Today, we're talking finding mild current spots in February, why gentle flow from generation or wind is the bite trigger, the exact seams to target, and the baits that make them eat in the eddy. Ready? Let's go. Why mild current spots are February secret? Water's 40 to 45 degrees. Bass are stirring for pre-spawn, but still low energy. Mild flow, think 1 to 2 miles an hour. Move shad and craws without a bunch of chaos. It creates seams and eddies. Bass tuck behind the brakes for ambush without burning calories. On windy days or light dam pulls, mild current concentrates food. Bass key on it like a conveyor belt. One good spot can hold a school all day as flow pushes more bait their way. The mild current spots I'm crushing right now. Number 1. Channel bends where flow slows on the inside. Eddies behind the laydowns. Number 2. Wing dams or boulder fields breaking mild current generation. Number 3. Wind push seams on leeward banks or points. Number 4. Inflow areas from small creeks or drains, even a small trickle counts. I look for foam lines, drifting debris, or surface swirls. That's going to be your current seam. Money setups for mild current. A half-ounce football jig with a small craw trailer. Love my green pumpkin. I like to use a Shimano X-Pride 7'2" medium heavy with a Shimano Corrado 150 and 12-pound Sunlight Sniper fluorocarbon, and use that to drag the seam. A 3.3-inch Kitech and Pro Blue Red Pearl on a 3/8-ounce USA Bass Tackle Underspin in blueback, and I love to throw that on a Megabass Destroyer 110 stick, which is a 6'10" fast action, paired with a Corrado 150 and 10-pound Sunline Assassin fluorocarbon, and use that to slow swim the eddies. A drop shot backup if they're picky. You can use your favorite brands of rods and reels in similar sizes. You retrieve. Let the flow help. Cast upstream of the break. Let it swing down the seam. When it hits the eddy, pause 15 to 45 seconds if you can stand it. Bites will come as it stops or it stalls out. And my bank dudes, mild current spots are one of your best plays. Find public tail races, dams, or creek inflows with gentle flow creating an eddy behind rocks or logs. Use that same half-ounce jig on the X-Pride 7'2" medium heavy with Corrado and 12-pound Sunline Sniper fluorocarbon that I like to use, or something similar in your favorite brand. Cast upstream along the bank, let the current swing it into the calm, and pause long. I've caught limits off river dams in February just by fishing the protected pocket behind a boulder. The mild flow delivers the bait right to him. Your February mild current spots cheat sheet. Flow strength. Think gentle 1 to 2 miles an hour. Look for foam or drifting debris. Spots. Channel bends, eddies, boulder breaks, wind seams. Baits. Football jig, underspin swim bait, or a drop shot. Setup. A 7' to 7'2" medium heavy with a reel like the Corrado 150. I like to use 12-pound fluorocarbon for jigs, and a 6'10" to 7 foot medium with 10-pound line for the underspin. You retrieve, cast upstream, swing into the eddy, and a long pause. Your bonus, stronger wind equals more bait pushed. Bigger spools in that slack. Chase the mild flow, find the fish. Quit calm water and start hunting the mild flow. Next early February day with light ripple or generation, find the eddies, rig the jig on the X-Pride, and let the current do the work. When that 7/6 thumps in the paws, he'll be a flow chaser. Now let's roll right into tip number 2. It's early February, water's warming from the upper 30s to low 40s, and while cloudy days keep them deep, bluebird sunny days flip the switch. Warming rocks and shallows enough to pull bass up and turn them aggressive. Today we're talking capitalizing on sunny days in February, why that winter sun is your best friend, the exact hours and spots to hit, and the baits that make them eat when the rays peak. Why capitalizing on sunny days is February's edge. Water's in the upper 30s to mid 40s. Mornings are still dropping cold. Bass are negative deep, but midday sun warms dark rocks and surface 2 to 4 degrees in hours. That tiny bump raises metabolism. Crawls get active, shad slide up, and the bass will move from 30 plus feet to 10 to 20 to feed like it's a mini pre-spawn. On high-pressure bluebird days, everyone stays home thinking it's dead. You get the warm zones to yourself. One good sunny bank can turn a skunk into a limit as they reload in the heat. The sunny day window I'm living in. Peak hours, 11 to 3:30 p.m. Let the sun cook for 3+ hours first. South, southwest facing chunk rock, riprap, or laydowns. The darkest will absorb the heat the fastest. Your mid-depth transitions, 10 to 25 feet where warm shallow meets stable deep water. Any structure with dark bottom. Check the temperature every 30 minutes and chase the warmest pockets. Baits that fire on sunny days. I love my half-ounce football jig with a small craw trailer. Always throwing green pumpkin, brown, peanut butter jelly's good too. Throw that on a Shimano X-Pride 7'2" medium heavy with a Shimano Corrado 150 and 12-pound Sunlight Sniper fluorocarbon. Drag it on the warmed rocks. I'll throw a 3.3-inch Kitech on a 3/8-ounce underspin from USA Bass Tackle, and I like to throw that on a Megabass Destroyer 110 stick, which is a 6'2" fast with a Corrado 150 and 10-pound Sunlight Assassin fluorocarbon. Slow swim around those warmed up spots. A suspending jerkbait get the cruise up on that same Megabass 110 stick. Those are my favorite rod and reel combos. Feel free to use something similar in your favorite brand. Your retrieve. Match the warming energy. Drag the jig inches over the heated rocks. Pause 10 to 45 seconds if you can stand it. Shorter as the temperature rises. Swim that underspin ultra slow just off the bottom. The warmer it gets, the more you can speed up. Bites will get bolder in the warmth. Feel for that thump. And bank anglers, sunny days are your playground. Find public dams or riprap facing south, southwest. Show up around 10 a.m., feel the rocks warming, then work that water line down the break with a jig on a similar pairing to the X-Pride 7'2" medium heavy with Corrado and 12-pound Sunlight Sniper like I like to use. I've seen bang guys on reservoirs in February turn cold mornings into hot limits just by waiting for the sun to peak. The warmth pulls the fish up where you can catch them and reach them easy. Your February sunny days cheat sheet. Weather trigger. Clear sky, light wind, south-southwest exposure. Peak hours. Think 11 to 3:30 p.m. Let the rocks warm up first. Spots. South-facing chunk rock, riprap, laydowns 10 to 25 feet. Baits. A football jig, underspin swim bait, or jerkbait. Setup. 7-foot to 7'2" medium heavy and 12-pound fluorocarbon for jigs. A 6'10" to 7-foot medium and 10-pound fluorocarbon for the underspin or jerkbait. Retrieve. Super slow. Inches at a time. Go a bit faster and shorten pauses as the warmth builds. Here's your bonus. Check your graph temp every 30 minutes. Chase the 2-degree plus rises. Sunny days don't shut it down, they turn it on. Capitalize on those sunny February days and watch the bite ignite. Next bluebird forecast, sleep in a bit, launch late, rig the jig on the medium heavy, and chase the warm south banks. When that 7.6 thumps on the drag, you'll be glad you chased the sun. Time to tee up, tip. Number 3. Water's warming to the low 40s, bass are stirring for the pre-spawn, but they're still picky and spooky in the clear stuff. Heavy tackle masks those soft takes, but light tackle, it's like having a sixth sense for every nibble. Right now, we're talking using light tackle in February, while dropping down in rod, reel, and line is the feel boost that turns transition follows into solid hookups. Why light tackle is February's advantage. Water's 40, 45 degrees, bass are transitioning, suspended, or bottom hugging, bites will come super soft. Light rods load on the slightest pressure. Light reels turn smoother, light line transmits every tick or mush. In clear, high-pressured water, it lets baits fall natural, and you can detect the holds without spooking them. As pre-spawn stirs, light tackle shines for finesse, turns one bite spots into multiples. My light line setups for max feel right now. A drop shot or Ned on a Megabass Destroyer Landsat 611 extra fast spinning with a Shimano Vanford 3000 and 8-pound Sunlight Assassin fluorocarbon. It's got insane sensitivity for those soft bites. A light jig or a shaky head on a Shimano X-Pride 610 medium with a Corrado 150 and 10-pound Sunlight Sniper fluorocarbon. I like it because it's got backbone for the hook sets without overpowering them. Baits. A 1/4-ounce Ned head with a 2 3/4 TRD. 1/8-ounce shaky head with a 4-inch worm. Or a 1/8-ounce underspin with a 2.8 to 3.3-inch swim bait. These almost let you feel a bass look at the bait from 30 feet down. The light tackle technique that's crushing. Target mid-depth transitions or rock in 10 to 30 feet. Cast long, let it sink on slack all the way down to the bottom, and then get your line tight, start to retrieve, and wait for that mush. You want to do tiny shakes or drags with long pauses. Think 10 to 45 seconds if you can stand it for that long. When it feels heavy or mushy, reel down slow and swing. Light gear hooks deep without pulling too hard. And bank anglers, light tackle is your edge for long casts and deep feel. On dams or steep riprap, use a setup similar in size and action to the Destroyer Landsat 611 with the Vanford 3000 that I like to use with 8-pound Sunline Assassin or your favorite line for that Ned or drop shot. Cast far toward the drop, let it sink, and feel every pedal as it's coming back. You'll detect bites that heavy gear misses. I've seen bank guys on public spots in February go from skunked to limits just by going light and slowing down. The sensitivity pays big. Your February light tackle cheat sheet. When? Clear water, soft bites, high-pressured water, or transition periods. Line, 8 to 10-pound Sunline Assassin or Sniper Fluorocarbon. You can use your favorite brand, but don't go any heavier than that. Rods and reels. I like to use a Megabass Destroyer Landsat 611 with a Vanford 3000 for finesse. I use the X-Pride 610 medium with a Corrado 150 for light casting, and you can use a similar pairing in your favorite brand. Baits, a Ned, drop shot, small underspin, but think tiny profiles. Technique, sink on slack, tight line it, long pauses. If you feel the mush, that's your bite. Bonus, retie often. Losing some line feels better than losing fish. Go light, feel right. Quit heavy hitting and start light feeling. Next early February day, rig up the spinning gear and some 8-pound fluorocarbon. Let it sink and feel every whisper. When that 7-pounder loads soft, you'll never go back to numb gear again. Now let's fire up tip number 4. I started with boots in public water, and some of my biggest winter bags came in February on foot when ramps were iced over or the boats were stored. Today is 100% for the bank squad. The 7 strategies I still use to catch bass from shore when it's cold, but starting to warm up. Here are my 7 February bank fishing rules, the ones that turn chill into a thrill. Number 1, pick the deepest, steepest access you can find. Public dams, bridge riprap, spillway walls, high bluffs, or roadbed cuts, dropping into 20+ feet. February bass are still deep in cold snaps. You need to reach them to get them. Number 2, hit the sunny or wind-protected side first. South, southwest facing rocks, warm fastest, even in weak sun. The protected side stays stable. Show up around 10 a.m. to let the warmth pull them up. Number 3, downsize and fish ultra slow. 3/8 to half-ounce jigs on 10 to 12-pound Sunline Sniper Fluorocarbon, quarter-ounce Ned rigs, half-ounce blade baits, drag inches, pause 20 to 60 seconds if you can stand it. February fish are still sluggish. Number 4, 3 pre-rigged rods. The less retying in the cold, the better. Now here's what I like to use. You can use the same or similar pairings in your favorite brands. My favorite by far is the Shimano X-Pride 7'2" medium heavy with the Shimano Corrado 150 for jigs. I love to use a Megabass Destroyer Landsat 611 extra fast spinning with a Shimano Vanford 3000 for Ned or a drop shot. An X-Pride 7-foot medium with a Corrado 150 for jerkbaits or small swim baits. Number 5. A lot of you have heard this before if you've watched my videos. I love to use the clock method. 12 casts max per spot. Then move. Fan cast like a clock face. No bites by number 12. Then go ahead and walk 50 to 100 yards or the next juicy looking spot. You want to cover ground efficiently. Number 6. Focus on transitions and structure. Rock to gravel, shade to sun, or where current slows behind a boulder. That's where the staging bass like to park. Number 7. Commit to the grind. You want to think hours, not minutes. Dress in layers, bring hot coffee, hand warmers, stay out there 3 to 5 hours. Keep yourself as comfortable as possible. The bite often turns midday as the water warms up. Your quick February bank beater recap to etch into your brain. Number 1, deepest, steepest access. Number 2, sunny or protected side and wait for the warmth. Number 3, downsize and ultra slow. Number 4, 3 pre-rigged rods. You don't want to retie with those cold fingers. Number 5, clock method. Move if no bites. Number 6, transitions are key. And number 7, grind for hours. The payoff comes late. Print that, tape it in your tackle box. February bank fishing can be epic if you play it smart. Pick your deepest public spot, follow the 7 rules, and go prove the water's not dead. Tip number 5, coming up next. It's early February, water's warming to the low 40s, and the bass are transitioning. Some will be using steep vertical bluffs as staging posts with instant access from shallow to deep. Now, we're talking about fishing vertical bluffs in February. While these walls are bass magnets now, the exact spots to drop on, and the baits that make them eat when the thaw starts. Why vertical bluffs are February staging gold. Water's 40 to 45 degrees. Bass stir for pre-spawn, but need a quick, deep escape. Bluffs drop 20 to 50 feet straight. It's a perfect elevator. Rock holds heat on sunny days. Crawls burrow in cracks. Shad hug the wall for cover. Ledges and crevices create ambush points. Schools stack vertically by size. Big ones will be deeper, right off that lip. One good bluff can reload all day as fish move with temperature swings or fronts. The vertical bluff spots I'm crushing right now. 1. Steep main leg bluffs dropping into 40 plus feet. South facing for warmth would be ideal. Number 2. Bluff ends or points where the wall jets out, creating eddies where bass love to hang out and nab food flowing by. Number 3. Walls with subtle ledges or cracks at 15 to 35 feet. Number 4. Any bluff near a channel or a hump. That combo is lethal. I idle parallel with side imaging for the wall contour and ledges. If there are any bait clouds or obvious markers, that's where I'm parking. Money setups for vertical bluffs. Half-ounce football jig with a small craw trailer. Love to use that green pumpkin. Throw that on my Shimano X Pride 7'2" medium heavy with a Shimano Corrado 150 and 12-pound Sunline Sniper fluorocarbon. You can think about throwing that in a similar pairing in your favorite brand. Drag the ledges with that jig. A 3/4 ounce Flutter spoon and chrome for clear water, gold for stain on that same medium heavy casting setup for vertical drops. And always have a drop shot backup if they're suspended. Throw that on spinning gear, obviously. Here's your technique. Nose in and drop vertical. Position in deep water. Cast the bait straight down the face or ledge on semi-slack. Hop or drag inches. Pause 15 to 45 seconds if you can stand it. For your spoon, straight drop. Rip up 2 to 4 feet and flutter down. Bites will come on the fall or pause and then set hard. And bank anglers, vertical bluffs are tough without a boat. But if you've got access to high bluffs or walls on public land, it's totally doable. Walk the base, use the same half-ounce jig on a 7'2" medium heavy casting rod and 12-pound fluorocarbon. Cast parallel down the face or drop straight off the edge if it's safe. Then hop and pause slow. I've caught solid fish off public bluff trails in February just by working the wall I could reach. The drop holds fish within casting distance. Your February vertical bluff cheat sheet. Spots. Steep, south-facing walls dropping into 40 plus feet with ledges. Your key. Bluff ends, cracks, or somewhere near a channel. Baits. Football jig, flutter spoon, drop shot. Your setup. A solid 7', 7'2" medium heavy casting setup with 12-pound fluorocarbon for control. Technique. Drop vertical, hop inches, pause 15 to 45 seconds. Your bonus. Sunny days, they slide higher. Cold snaps, think to go deeper. Nose to the wall, and drop in the haul. Nose into vertical bluffs and drop on them. Next early February day, find a steep wall, rig the jig on the medium heavy, and work the ledges slow. When that 7.5 loads up on the pause, you'll be a bluff believer. Let's slide into last tip for the week, number 6, coming at ya. Water's warming to the low 40s, bass are stirring for pre-spawn, but they can still be super picky if you've got clear water in your lake. That's when perfect finesse rigs shine. Drop shots, shaky head, or hair jigs dialed in for those soft, subtle takes. Right now, we're mastering these 3 finesse rigs in February. Why they're transition killers, the exact setups I'm using, and the techniques that turn staging fish into rod benders. Why perfect finesse rigs are February's masters. When water's 40 to 45 degrees, bass transition from winter deep to pre-spawn shallow. Suspending or bottom hugging, bites can be super soft. Finesse rigs present tiny, natural profiles with minimal action. A drop shot hovers, your shaky head crawls, and a hair jig flutters like dying bait. In clear, high-pressured water, they slip in without spooking, letting picky fish inspect and inhale. One good rig can turn a slow day into a bag when heavy stuff gets ignored. My perfect finesse rig setups right now. A drop shot, a 1/4 ounce tungsten weight on a #1 owner mosquito hook, a 4 to 5 inch straight tail worm, love the robo worms, throw that in green pumpkin or morning dawn. Nose hooked on a Megabass Destroyer Landsat 611 extra fast spinning with a Shimano Vanford 3000 and 8-pound Sunline Assassin fluorocarbon. A shaky head, a 1/8 to 1/4 ounce ball head with a 4 to 6 inch finesse worm on that same Destroyer Landsat Vanford combo. A hair jig, a 3/8 ounce white bucktail or marabou on a Shimano X Pride 6.9 medium light spinning with a Vanford 2500 and 8-pound Sunline Sniper fluorocarbon. Here's a quick hack for that. Add a small TPE plastic trailer, think like the Z-Man Elastec stuff, and it'll help you level out that jig for fishing for suspended fish. And these light setups give insane feel for soft bites in the cold and are my favorite brands. Similar sizes and actions and other rods and reels will work just fine too. The master techniques that are crushing. Drop shot. Cast to mid-depth edges, 15 to 30 feet. Let it hover, shake your tip for 5 to 10 seconds, and let it chill dead stick for 20 to 45 seconds if you can stand it. Shaky head. Drag inches on the bottom, subtle head shakes, pause 30 to 60 seconds again if you can stand it for that long. And it's perfect for rock or gravel bottoms. Your hair jig. Drop vertical or cast a deep cover. Lift 12 to 18 inches, flutter down, pause 10 to 30 seconds. Does amazing at mimicking a dying shad. Bank anglers. Perfect finesse rigs are your bread and butter for long cast and feel. On dams or steep riprap, use a 6'10" to 7-foot fast spinning setup and 8-pound fluorocarbon for a drop shot or a shaky head. Cat far toward the deep break, let it sink, then hover or drag slow. You'll feel bites the heavier you're going to miss. I've seen bank guys on public spots in February go from skunked to limits just by finessing light and waiting. The rigs reach the zone without spooking them. Your February perfect finesse rigs cheat sheet. Rigs, drop shot for hover, shaky heads for the bottom, hair jig for that flutter. Setup, a 6'10" to 7-foot fast, extra fast, with a 3000 series reel and 8-pound fluorocarbon for drop shots and shaky heads. A 6'9" medium light, the 2000 2500 series reel, and 8-pound fluorocarbon for hair jigs. Your technique, tiny shakes and long dead sticks in 20 to 60 seconds. Feel it out, see what they're reacting to, and you'll find that sweet spot for those dead sticking lengths. Spots, mid-depth edges, rock, timber in 15 to 30 feet. When, clear water, high pressure, short strikes. And here's your bonus. Nose hook the worms and add scent to make them hold a little longer. Perfect your finesse and catch your limits. Master the finesse rigs and watch February open up. Next early February day, rig the drop shot on the Destroyer, find a mid-depth edge, and let the hover do the work. When that 7.2 loads on the pause, you'll know the finesse paid off. Drop a like if finesse is saving your February, comment your go-to finesse rig, and subscribe so we can keep these daily tips coming. I appreciate you, stay warm, finesse perfect, tight lines, and I'll catch you on the next one.